Again, this loss officially eliminates Gate City from postseason contention. They will finish the season next week on the road at Wise Central. As we'll talk on a few of the stats here in just a few minutes.
Tonight's game was a microcosm of the way this season has. We've had opportunities in the last few weeks. We were able to pull off the game at Lehigh last week, and they played so well. But tonight we went back to the throwing the 30-yard passes or we gave up on the run too soon. And so many opportunities we had. And even here toward the end, as those of you that weren't here at the stadium that are listening, I had two wide receivers open on the far right side, both on our last two plays, and we tried to force the ball to the near side, and it was just not the right play to call. But give John Battle the credit on the pressure of our quarterback and give him unable to have the time to throw. But again, when we did have time to throw tonight, we went with too many long passes, in my opinion. And we talked off the air how the beginning of the third quarter, when they did the onside kick to begin the third quarter, that kind of threw the momentum to the other side, and John Battle just went from there in the second half. So we were talking to one of the scorekeepers here. As the clock goes back and forth tonight, they're still having discrepancies between what they were saying was the clock. The officials had the clock set 6 seconds faster than the actual clock here at the stadium. So that allowed one less play for Gate City. That not that it mattered, but nevertheless, Gate City had their opportunities, and you don't look at the last play, you don't look at here, you look at the other 35 or 40 plays that we could have done some better on tonight. So, Joe, Chris, what do y'all see, or what do y'all have for tonight?
Well, let's talk about the scoreboard right quick before I'm going to collect my thoughts a little more than what I'll say initially after a game. So, Mr. Carr, take us around Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. Tell us about some scores and some highlights and what's going on around the region.
Give us some good news, Chris. Give us some good news. Let's start off optimistic.
Good news is always a perspective.
Let me call it. Sullivan East playing Sullivan North tonight. Sullivan East has not won all year. They're up on the Raiders slightly, 30-8, as time is winding down.
Came in as 21-point favorites. Again, the rails. Talking about the wheels running off the rails. Wow, I mean, a 22-point loss to a winless team on your home field for senior night.
Getting ready to start the playoffs in a couple of weeks, that's not a good indicator.
And this was a no-win for North because they're 4th seed, and they're going to Meg County no matter if they'd won or lost tonight, but this is not
Maybe
the
they
way.
rested their starters. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. Tennessee High 49, Cherokee 14. That one's about as we expected. Elizabethton did what we kind of thought they would do in the fourth quarter. They are all over Sullivan South 42-7. That may even be a final now. Johnson County intercepted a Cloudland pass, returned it for a touchdown. They're up 14-8 now. Happy Valley all over West Green 40-7. Science Hill getting a little close down in Dandridge. It's 28-12 over Jefferson County. Dobbins Bend, it's all over Morristown West, 31-7. Cocke County and Morristown East, that's turned into a pretty good game. Cocke County has 32, Morristown East 21. Greenville and Granger County went final. Arguably went final in the first quarter.
Before they got off the bus.
63-0, the final score on that one. Then we roll over to Southwest Virginia. J.I. Burton's all over Castlewood, 40-0. George Wythe at last report over Bland County, 26-3. Ridgeview and Abingdon, this one's gone about like we thought it would. It's gone back and forth. They've changed the lead, I think, 3 different times. Right now, Ridgeview has a 3-point lead over Abingdon, 30-27. Chilhowie up big over East Side, 46-7. Wise Central, 27, Lehigh, 21. Last report, Lehigh was driving. I've not seen an update on that yet. Marion, 28, Tazewell, 20. Marion was up, and they've kind of let Tazewell claw their way back into this one. And then, as I reported earlier, the final score: Virginia High all over Lebanon, 41-0, and Pikeville almost the exact same score over Grundy, 47-8. Haven't heard since the first quarter, but at that point, Patrick Henry was over Honaker, 35-8.
We talked about the speed of Patrick Henry on that artificial turf, and it must be just absolutely.
I'm sorry, actually, that was second quarter. My mistake.
Cool. And so, again, coming off that bye, Patrick Henry laid it to the Honaker Tigers. And, again, we're here, again, talking about this ball game tonight. A 26-21 loss for Gate City. Again, that will officially eliminate them from any postseason contention. Hats off to a good, hard effort for Luke Reed. Looks like 20 carries, 114 yards. He did have the touchdown earlier. And then, of course, Landon Blanton, he also had 8 carries for 32 yards. Kind of went away from him a little bit there, in the second half. But, we'll recap the scoring in. John Sally with a 1-yard touchdown plunge. It was 7-0 early, 11 minutes left in the first quarter. Of course, that was set up by the Luke Reed 42-yard interception return. Set him up again on the 1-yard line. Then it was a 32-yard fumble recovery by John Sally, who took it into the end zone. 14-0. Again, Gate City had a 14-0 lead in 75 seconds in the game. But John Battle started to claw back. A 32-yard field goal by Jaden Farley cut things to a 14-3 lead. That's where we were at halftime. They scored again with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Then coming out in the third quarter, things got a little bit interesting. Again, Dylan Cunningham with a 6-yard touchdown plunge. It was 14-10. John Battle all of a sudden off that onside kick. They only drove it 40 yards, and they got the touchdown. Then, Gate City got the momentum, and they drove it right back down the field. Luke Reed with a 40-yard touchdown run. Again, we talked about that with his 114 yards. With 4:03 left in the third quarter, it was 21-10 at that point. And then unfortunately, 16 straight points for John Battle. An 81-yard touchdown, returned for a touchdown. That is the first special teams touchdown that Gate City's given up all season. And again, it was 81 yards by Zane Poe. Cut it to a 21-17 game. Then Jaden Farley, again, 39-yard field goal, with 11:54 left in the fourth quarter. 21-20 at that point. And then, of course, the 37-yard touchdown pass to Turner Lyons. 26-21, Gate City unable to muster anything after that point, and Gate City will finish their regular season next week at Wise Central.
Joe, we were talking about the receivers being open there the last play. A couple plays before that, we had the apparent first down, and they called a hold. It looked to me, I could be mistaken, they may have seen a different one. The hold I saw was even away from that play, which kind of makes it hurt even that much more. It had no outcome, no effect on the first down, but yet we lose the first down, and you could almost just kind of see the error come out at that point.
And we mentioned it throughout the second half. Thought Gate City started wearing down. They weren't as disciplined on defense. They didn't contain. They didn't have the good responsibilities of the dive back, quarterback, pitch back. John Battle was able to move the football. Again, they scored 23 of their 26 points in the second half. We only got 7 on the board. Of course, that was a one sustained drive. But again, we laid the ball on the ground 4 times. We did lose it once.
If there is a bright spot, those 4 fumbles is better than the season average.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to be positive here, Joe.
Announcer for this year is this will be their last game of the season.
So again, Gate City but also you talked about the penalties. They had 4 penalties in the second half alone. Holding call, a couple things that happened there. And just unrealized potential, unrealized capability. We had the ability to get this win tonight. We did not take it. We did not. I think maybe you mentioned a little bit earlier. We played not to lose the game, and unfortunately, that's what happens whenever you take on a team pretty much about the even talent. So.
Well, our defense dominated the first half. And I'm not sure, it's one of those things where you're not in the locker room, you don't know. I'm not sure if we had a letdown or if Battle made the necessary adjustments. But this was definitely a story of 2 halves.
And, I think it had to go with, one thing was, of course, I think we got tired. I think we just wore down. You started seeing some missed tackles. You started seeing some of those holes open up. And, of course, John Battle, to their credit, was able. They've got a good stable of backs. They went right at us and was able to pick up the necessary yards when they needed them.
And they went in with fresh backs, too. They brought in number 20, and they brought in their athlete, who's their second quarterback. We didn't see number 6 in the whole first half, and then he comes in the second half. And with the running of number 20 and the quarterbacking of number 6 on the option, that was a lot of the difference. So,
well, we've got a couple of finals rolling in and some scores of interest. I would love to be down in Jonesboro right now. Boone has scored to take the lead. 5:18 to go. They lead Crockett 27-26.
Don't count out the running game of Charlie Cole.
Well, like I said earlier, I think Boone is the best team I've seen this year, bar none. Farragut was pretty good. I believe it was Farragut that was down there. Or was it Farragut? I'm drawing a blank now. Condridge Holloway played for them. Bearden or Boone won with one of the two best teams. But moving along, it's gone final at Sullivan South. Elizabethton defeats them 42-13. Also, I said earlier, it's gone final. Greenville over Granger in a barn burner, 63-0. Science Hill and Jefferson County. Science Hill keeps letting Jeff County linger around. They've scored again. Science Hill 28, Jeff County 20 with 7:58 to go. That's one of those games, I said earlier, you got to put Jefferson County away while you've got the chance. If we go over to Southwest Virginia, it's gone final. Chilhowie over Eastside 46-7. And Wise Central holds on, defeats Lehigh 27-21. We needed that to happen if we could have done our part. It's also gone final. Virginia High over Lebanon 41-0. And Pikeville all over Grundy 47-8. At last report, J.I. Burton was up 40-0 over Castlewood. And Ridgeview has come back to take a 30-27 lead over Abingdon.
All right. Well, like I said, we'll take a quick break. Come back.
Let me interrupt you really quickly.
How,
sorry, this just
rude,
came
how
up.
Rude.
Well, you might want to hear this. Abingdon kicks a field goal. 15 seconds left to play. They are knotted up at 30.
Anything else?
That's it. You may go to commercial.
You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Wait.
If you're looking for the best selection of sweet treats to indulge in, or maybe you're looking to stay with your healthy lifestyle, they have it all at Sweet Frog in Kingsport. This family-owned and Christian-based business proudly serves our region with delicious combinations of frozen yogurt and hundreds of combinations of toppings. They now have silk almond milk yogurt, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive 10% off of your entire purchase. Sweet Frog is open 7 days a week and located in the Kingsport Pavilion Shopping Center. That's near Target and behind the Verizon store on Stone Drive. They also host parties, so give them a call today at 423-245-3764 or check them out on Facebook. Ken Russell's Barbershop wants to wish the Gate City Blue Devils the best for a great season and wants to thank all of the Blue Devil fans, alumni, and students for their patronage over the last 30 years. And to look your best at the next Blue Devil sporting event, stop by and see Ken and Joey on your way to the game. They are located on Lynn Garden Drive in Kingsport next to Collins Auto Center. Proud supporters of local athletics for almost 4 decades, Ken and Joey Russell say, "Go Big Blue!" For exceptional Mexican food and the perfect place to stop in before heading out to watch another Gate City victory, La Carreta Express in Weber City offers a tremendous menu of authentic Mexican cuisine at a great price. La Carreta proudly supports Blue Devil sports, and they're open 7 days a week, even until 10 p.m. every night except Sunday. So dine in with them today or give them a call at 276-386-7000 for call-in orders. Again, that's 276-386-7000. And they're located next to Weber City Drug on U.S. Highway 23 in Weber City.
This is Zach Irvin of the defending state champion Gate City basketball team, and you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
And we're back here on the post-game show, live from Gate City High School. Again, senior night 2018 did not go the way the Blue Devils had envisioned a 26-21 loss to John Battle. John Battle